First Corinthians 10, where is it? 10:27. If one of the unbelievers invites you to dinner and you are disposed to go eat whatever is set before you without raising any question on the grounds of conscience. But if someone says to you, this has been offered in sacrifice, then do not eat it for the sake of one who informs you and for the sake of conscience. I do not mean your conscience, but his. For why
Mm.
should my liberty be determined by someone else's conscience? If I partake with thankfulness, why am I denounced because of that for which I gave thanks? So I think sometimes it's in the moments, even that person's not in a place of believing, he's prepared something.
Mhm.
So it's, you can stand up and say, I'm not eating this mess. But in the eating it, you're giving thanks for what God has put in it.
Mm.
It's not what you'd, and I've seen people like, you go to somebody's house and like, oh, I don't eat this, this, and this. It's like, okay, then you can sit there and now in the judgment, I'm not eating this because it was cooked, all the things. If you're allergic, if it's going to harm you, I think that's a different place. But Gary is a perfect example. Gary has gone and Gary's very health conscious about his food. But when he tells the waiter, bring me what you want, there's somebody who would bring him a cheeseburger. He's not going to say, well, I'm not eating that because I don't put this. And he's like, okay, and I think that's the piece of giving thanks sometimes. Like, I'm going to eat this cheeseburger. I'm going to have to go to the gym a little bit more when I leave out of here to work off this bun. But it would be a slap to the face of you saying, this is my favorite meal. I put myself out there. Now, if he's gluten
Intolerant.
it's a completely different. I can't eat this. But I don't know. That's the way that kind of come to me when I was thinking about that is sometimes when you're invited to those tables, it is, okay, this is not the way I would have prepared the sermon, and this is going to help me to prepare it differently out of here. But in this, I can still find something, but it just challenged you outside of that to say, man, what am I doing? So, yeah.
That's actually become one of my favorite ways to learn, is to learn what not to do. Right. I mean, that's literally how I stepped into entrepreneurship and continue to daily. It's like, well, I'm not doing that. That literally helps a lot. So if you're trying to figure out, I don't have clarity, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, figure out what you're not supposed to do. And the sphere gets a lot smaller on what your target is, right? If you have an actual target, you're not supposed to hit outside of the target. It's calling you closer. It's calling you to be more defined. And I love that. I love to learn through that lens because someone will lean over to you and be like, what'd you take away from that? And I'm like, I will never wear that color on stage. And they're like, what? I'm just saying I could not look past. I could see everything going on. And that's very superficial, right? But like, those are the things. They're literally, I'm looking at them, won't do that. I don't always get to watch it or listen to a sermon, but I get excited for those opportunities. And that's why I always tell people from a speaker culture perspective, a pastor culture perspective, whoever it is, when you're going into an environment where someone else has been asked or gifted or given or they paid to be on stage, sit and listen and learn what it is that is being revealed to you by the Holy Spirit in that moment, because something will be revealed. He's never going to be silent on anything, depth, height, width, whatever is going on stage. You're going to learn.